that in mere minutes she had burrowed a hole under the fence big enough to slip through. As she crawled into the dirt and scrabbled out the other side, her mind raced. I'm doing this. I'm really doing this. All her life she had stayed within bounds. Never, ever could she have imagined crossing the line to be so easy. The thrill of her own capacity for rebellion, for destruction, filled her with a kind of electric purpose. A transporting heat swept through her body. And then she woke up. Every time the dream cut off in this same place. When she opened her eyes and surveyed her real life, the thinning bedspread, the scuffed hardwood, the antique clock with the broken chime, even him, sleeping innocently, none of it stimulated her. Gone was the Midas touch that had been her gratitude. But abandoning home in reality was unthinkable. Out of the question, she told herself, as she trailed him, day after day, through the house and the fields, as she rode in the truck with him to the feed store, the package store, the country mart. But even as she banished the idea of leaving, she caught herself regarding him with pity, as if she'd already left. And then she felt guilty for pitying him, which made her feel even more sorry. She wished she could just explain. It wasn't that she wanted to fantasize about running away. It was the dreams infecting her mind. After several weeks of self-loathing, ruining her terrible ambivalence, she began to feel something else. She noticed herself jerking away when he bent to touch her, fussing with the collar he'd given her that bore her name, not waiting for him while they made the morning trek to the barn, but going ahead on her own, sleeping farther and farther away from him. His stubble and his snoring grated her now, as they never had before. She had become angry. Maybe it wasn't fair. Maybe she was holding him to too high a standard, but really, after years of unwavering devotion, she becomes moody and withdrawn, and he notices nothing? If he paid 1 ounce as much attention to her as she did him, he would have known something was amiss. He would have made overtures, her favorite dinner, to cheer her up, a special outing to bring them closer. He took her for granted, though. His cheerleader, his shadow. But I bet he would notice, she brooded, if I were gone. She didn't acknowledge to herself that she had made a decision. It was early May, and every year at this time, his brother came to stay for several weeks. The brother was a careless, distracted man, prone to leaving the door ajar when he came in from smoking on the front lawn. One evening after dinner, while relaxing on the couch, she saw the brother making his way back to the house. She rose. She could hear him, her companion of so many years, cleaning in the kitchen. The rushing of water, the clanking of pans. She moved to the front door. When the brother lumbered over the threshold, he did not even notice her by his feet. She watched the brother shuffle to the kitchen, heard him mumble something, and heard, in reply, her love's gravelly laugh. Her chest constricted. For a moment she felt she would suffocate from sorrow. And then she slipped outside. A lean wind rippled through her fur. She picked up the scent of something rotting and thought of carcasses by the side of the road. She could end up like that. And there were greater threats than speeding cars. There were coyotes, snakes, sadists with cold eyes. She would do her best to avoid all the terrible things she knew about. But what about all the things she couldn't conceive of? The most dangerous things probably didn't look dangerous at all. She'd spent her whole life in captivity. She wasn't a predator. How could she possibly keep herself safe? She worried over this for a long, suspended moment, drawing shallow breaths of chill night air. And then a possibility occurred to her, and she set off resolutely down the driveway, down the road and onto the turnpike. Maybe you didn't know whether you were a predator until the hour arrived, until the world opened its jaws and you were staring down the black throat of terror. Whoever tries to harm me, she reasoned, might discover, at their own peril, that I have teeth. Chapter 2. The city is a dull parade of chill and half-hearted light.